Hi guys, I'm doing a video from the comfort of my own bed. It's really late here in Sweden and I was thinking of going to bed, but as I was going to do that, I realized that it's actually my anniversary today. I've been married with myself for 2 years today, and I just couldn't let that go without me. I just felt the urge or the guidance to share that story with you guys if you want to hear it. I got married 2 years ago in a ceremony. It was a mushroom ceremony, but as as always, as it was back then, ayahuasca came through and she helped me to marry myself, and it was very life-changing for me to do that, because before that I just didn't realize how to I hadn't performed any actions of self-love until then. And with marrying myself, I just took this big leap into... I actually don't believe that I married myself, more in that matter that I set the energies for doing that, because then what I see is that the marriage in itself is not just a marriage and then it's done. For me, it's more about materializing that marriage through my actions. But I set the tone. I changed something within that ceremony so that can happen. So I'm going to share a bit about the story in itself. I was in a relationship back then, and we were not doing well, and it was really difficult back then with this relationship, and I was learning a lot through it, because I had came into a lot of access and contact with plant medicine and ayahuasca, which apparently just appeared through any kind of substance that I would take. And so this helped me to do my ceremonies, and because I actually never met the shrooms at all, because ayahuasca kept coming through. So that day when I was going to get married, which I didn't know, I was going to have a ceremony and I was not feeling good. We were arguing and having issues with my ex, and so we decided to have ceremonies apart. Like, I was going to do mine in one room and he was going to do his in another room, and I was just feeling very, very anxious, because we always fought a lot, and I didn't understand why. And I sat in my bathroom, which was where I sat when I didn't feel secure, and I had been told that my bathroom worked like a pod, so in the bathroom nothing could come through. And whatever that meant, it helped me, because it helped me to feel secure. And as I was sitting there trying to like do my ceremony in some way, because I was feeling really bad, I began seeing stuff. Like, I saw things, Mayan stuff, but not really clearly, and I was just all over my head, and I was just thinking, and I felt so nervous, because me and this guy, we used to fight so much, so I was like scared that he would like pop in and just like start arguing with me, and which made me it made it difficult for me to relax into the ceremony in itself. So then ayahuasca says to me, she says, "Why you're sitting here?" And I was just like, because I'm safe here. And she said, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "No, I'm not sure. I'm never sure, you know." And she said, like, "So what? Why are you sitting here?" And I was just like, "Well, because, you know." And then I just began thinking about it, and I was just, maybe I'm not supposed to be in here today. So I went outside and I knocked on the door where my ex was, and I told him, like, "Hi," because he had been saying to me that that I didn't include him, and that was the main thing with us, that he never felt included. And I actually believe that I did so much to include him in everything. So it really hurt me to hear that, because I kept on, like, mind fucking myself, because I didn't know how else to do it, because I felt that I did. So it was really difficult for me to comprehend what he was saying, and why he was saying it to me. So I knocked on the door and I said to him, "Hi, I want to be here with you. I as you say that I don't include you, here I am," kind of thing. And well, I got into the room, and I tried to, like, apologize or something. And as I was doing that, I was told that I was full of shit. and he began arguing with me again, and I was just like, I don't get it. Like, I began, like, I remember holding my head and like really feeling very boggled about it, and I was just like, what? But what? I didn't get it, and it was painful. And then his eye just did this thing, like it lit up or something, and something within me told me, like, "Oh my God, it was you." I said to my ex, I said, "Oh, it was you. It was never me. It's you." And he was just like, "What? What? No, 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 no. It's not. It's not me." And I just, it was something that, like, something just fell into deep realization of that I was not the bad guy in this scenario, I guess, with a lot of respect, you know, because however that when I'm not here to bad mouth anyone. I just want to share my experience with how I married. So anyways, the guy just got out of the room, and I said, no, before he got out of the room, I said to him, "Well, I'm breaking up with you," and I said, "And would you please excuse me, because I'm going to have my ceremony in here, and you're not invited, and because I'm going to get married," I said then. And he went out, and I began to have my ceremony with ayahuasca. And ayahuasca is like the best DJ ever. I put on a song, and then I put it on random, and the songs just comes on, and she is the DJ. I can really feel that in my ceremony. And I mean, it might be difficult for someone that doesn't never did a ceremony with ayahuasca, or never did a ceremony as I did them. I mean, I think everyone has their different experiences through how one is, you know. For me, it's more like she shows you, and she shows you your world, and how it has built up in the ethereal and in the astral, through how you have been, through your actions, and how you see the world, and how you act through it. So that is why I believe that ayahuasca is actually a separate entity for me. And when I got when I was initiated by her, and she told me that she wanted to work with me, she just said, I love to have fun, and I'm really happy to work with you, because I love to have fun as well as you. And then we just hit it off, and our ceremonies are very special. And I actually go to others, because as with the shrooms, she came through, and I wasn't sure about it, and I was very hesitant to believe in what I was experiencing. So I always went to ayahuasca ceremonies also to check in that I wasn't going crazy and that I was actually experiencing what I was experiencing. So, and I was, because when I did the ceremonies with ayahuasca and with the tea and the brew, uh, everything just continued on. It was just like, hi, how are you, kind of thing, and we just kept on the experience and the work I was doing with her. So yeah, so whatever. And then I married. And it had to do, because one ceremony before that one, I had seen this big, huge yin and yang, and it went together. Like it was like turning and turning and turning really, really fast, and then it just got in, boom, like together, and it was just this golden ball of light, like really radiating white golden light. And my heart told me that that was my heart, because it was the yin and the yang together. They had merged, and that was the philosopher's stone. And because yeah, that's how I saw it. And because it's just your darkness and your light together, and like it, yeah. I'm tired. It's late. So however, so I married, and I had this beautiful ceremony, and I danced a lot, and she put on this beautiful music that was really uplifting. And then I had my honeymoon kind of thing, because I have been through a lot of sexual abuse, and I just felt like something sexual or sensual or something had to happen with myself. And I tried to, like, do something with myself sexually or sensually or something, but I couldn't. And she told me, like, well, it's your choice, you don't have to force anything, just do it how you feel it's good for you, like, who said that you need to have sex on your wedding night? And I said, I don't know who did, and no one did. So it's just like that for people. So it ended up for me, I was just touching my feet and I was touching my curves, my hips, but I didn't do anything sexual, because I'm very shy in front of myself, so I couldn't. And I was very happy with how it ended, and I could really feel that energy shift, with the marriage. And that's, I didn't understand it then, what it was. It took me a lot of time to actually understand that I had performed my alchemical wedding with myself, with the help of ayahuasca, in our own way. But it was amazing, because I felt like a new person, and I was just so excited about life again. And it was just, and I loved myself, and I felt it, how I chose me. I just said, fuck it, just fuck it. No one is gonna love me how I can love myself. And it felt really strange, because I never ever did that with myself. So it was, you know, this world is so is so like it has decided so much about what is and what isn't, that people like me, or people like some of us, to do something like that with yourself, it takes strength, you know. It takes strength because you haven't, it's not the common, it's not accepted, you know. Nothing of this is stuff that we are supposed to know. It's just that when we are in our heart space and we're just being truthful, whatever that might be, truth has no direction. It's just truth, you know. But truth unfolds so much for you, and that is why I believe ayahuasca has been my sidekick, you know, because that's how I feel it. And 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 I really love her. Like I'm so grateful that she entered my life like she did. And yeah, so that marriage, it ended when I was like, okay, I just felt so happy with myself, and I had my ceremony, and I had my moment with myself, with my body. And then I I got a text from a very special person, and a very special union began. Even if I didn't understand it back then, something very, very special happened. And it's not easy, because it's not supposed to be. I think what we are actually I'm experiencing is something that is called the Heroes Gamos, and it's about, through your own life experience, you retrieve the energies, the sexual energies that are unbalanced because of all of the patriarchal programmings through the sexual, which is not, I mean, good. I mean, I don't like to say good or bad, but it has been going one direction that we are not. It's not divine. Maybe I can say that. So yeah, I try to be very, very private about my private life, because I care for it. But I can say that the twin flame journey is something that you need to experience within first. You need to do that marriage, because it sets a tone to rise above your human self. And because when you start loving yourself through truth, a lot of things just fall off, you know. Like, it's not about that love where you can corrupt yourself, or you just hold on to someone because you just want to. It's not that. It's like, for me, love to another person is about them and freedom, because I've experienced love which is not free, and it's painful, and it's codependent. So the only way that I can love is through freedom, and I have to give that to myself first, because if I don't love myself enough, and if I haven't married within my own energies, my masculine and my feminine, which is the feminine is and the masculine does, and if I haven't done that, then I'm not aligned, I'm not in balance to be with another human being, because then I'm not acting upon being, but being upon acting. And there's a huge difference. So with that said, that is what we need to do, because when we are in balance within our two energies, then we know how to treat ourselves, and we know how to teach others to love us. And the twin flame for me is just a match in energy. It's a total precise match in force and energy, but the way that the two flames have went are, what I'm seeing, most likely very off, because we are teaching ourselves back. So it's become, the realignment is to return to the holiness of the union. And so most likely the twins also resonate a lot with their programmings, because what I experienced was that a lot of my pains, a lot of my wounds and fears were total match to his. And this is not the ex I was talking about. This is another person, and I'm not. Yeah. So so this is very important, because you have to heal that last part that you cannot heal by yourself, because you need someone else to show you your wounds and your programmings. For instance, I have been 13 years in a relationship with my children and stuff, where I was very codependent, because we didn't do anything but be with the family. I didn't have any social life. I didn't have friends, and I'm very social. I hardly met anyone in my family. I was only with his family, and I was extremely codependent, and that's why it took me 13 years to leave him, because I was so scared of doing anything by myself. And this is not love, This is why the inner union is more important than the outer union, because the outer union is just a manifestation of what's happening within you. And since matter is more dense, it's gonna take some time before you find someone. It's gonna take some time before the alignment within happens, so that you can find someone, or the one that is supposed to be your counterpart to do this, because this is just two becoming one for real, like within and without. So the match of the wounds are very important, because and I actually think that many twin flames don't make it because of this, because it's difficult, it's painful, and it's scary. It's very scary, because it reminds you of so much. Yet something that I could really see was that when I was whole, I never felt that sense of being home with anyone than that I felt with this particular human being. So, but at the same time, I was just seeing him like total chaos for me, because everything was coming back, and it was scary, because everything reminded me of being in the same situation. I could see that I wasn't, and with the help of ayahuasca, she guided us a lot, because I don't think I would have made it without her, because she came to our aid, and she has been there all the time. And every time I go to a ceremony, she just keeps on making sure that I see that what I'm doing and that what he's doing is in alignment with what we're supposed to do. And it's an incredible journey. And It's love in a way that I never thought was possible. But it's like, just today I was thinking about it, how I'm healing and how I'm like going through my difficulties of codependency, and how I feel inferior when I am not seen. And it's not about I'm not seen. It's just we need to do stuff, and it's important that we do it. And so then I sit with that. I sit with the emotion. I sit with the feeling of feeling inferior, knowing I'm not. And at the same time, the other my counterpart just does his thing because he needs to do it, and then at the same time I'm reassured that it's nothing, but it's a lot, because you within, it's a lot, it's scary, it's difficult, it's, yeah, because it's supposed to be, because we're actually alchemizing wounds, we're alchemizing perceptions, and I match my counterpart's wounds and help with what I can, because I am perceptive and see, and he does the same with me. And nothing is ever written in stone, so you can never know if you're going to end up with your counterpart, even if it's your twin. The aim is that, but truth is more important than anything. So I'm just being unapologetically truthful towards myself, just hoping that it works out. But what I want is freedom for me and for him. And since I have so much issues with my self-esteem, I tell myself very often, I just hope that whoever he ends up with is happy. This is like a invitation to just see this twin flame thing in a very, how can I say, in a very like common way, like ordinary, at home. I'm not, because everything that came to me, it just came. It just through spirit, it just showed itself. I've been through a lot, and I've seen and had a lot of visions around this twin flame thing, seeing symbolism and seeing things and guidance and stuff. But in the end, all I do is just follow my truth and my heart, and I just leap and leap and leap and just hope that it will work out. I never have any expectations more than being strong to believe in myself, because we have a very, very wrong, I'm not going to say wrong because it's not cool to say wrong, but there are other ways to see love, it's a choice. It's not about sticking together, it's about why you're sticking together, it's not about, it's the why, not the what, again. So and I believe that I am experiencing this because I never did. Some people meet their love and yeah, they're together and all of that. I come from a lot of wounds with love, regarding love, and a lot of sexual wounds regarding love since a child, and at some point I just told myself that I actually believed that I was meant to experience the love, because of that, because I never did, and because I have this perception of what love is, and it's very different from what we are told it is. So, and it just rings true to my heart, and I found someone that actually agrees with me on that. And yeah, but it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's like, it's because you have to go against so much of what you believe in from the past. And many times I just give myself to the higher powers of the universe with a lot of fear, because I always fear to be like not appreciated, because that's one of my wounds, and not seen and not valued, and give and not get back. But at the same time, I can never give to get back, so it's just impossible for me to do so. It's just, I can only, it's about being. And if I allow myself to be me, I can only hope that I find someone that can be with me. That's all it is. Because being raises your vibration. Being doesn't allow you to stay in your head, because you are in your heart. When you be, you are in a state of allowance, of leaping, of experiencing, of not knowing what's going to happen, even if you might want to, some parts of you might want to, but you still choose not knowing, because that's, you can never know. We know nothing, you know, and we can think we know, but if you think about it, you don't, because tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow can show you anything. So many times I went to bed and I was just like, whatever happens, happens, you know, even all these incredible experiences with spirit and ayahuasca and all that things that she says to me, I have to go to bed thinking that all I want is to be true to myself. And I do this because I train myself into being truthful towards myself, and not like giving in to illusions that I want, or things that I want to happen to me. I cannot do that, because that's another lie to me. So whatever happens, happens, and I'm grateful for it. But all I can be is myself. And if that works for spirit, great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. At least I'm myself. And I'm truthful towards myself. And that's all that matters. How can anything else matter? How can I actually have a lot of difficulty, because I don't understand how anything else can matter than truth. Because you do it to yourself, and you go to bed, and if you have not been truthful to yourself, you know it. You know it. You do know it. And then, if you know it, how can it be worth it? You know that it's you against you, so how can it be worth it to not be truthful and live a lie, a fabricated lie that you wish to be true, but is not, and you know it? How on, I don't, this is a very difficult thing for me to actually comprehend, and I have a lot of people around me that don't get me, and I feel at times very lonely, because even my children don't get me, and they're slowly leaving me because of that, because I'm not this person, that I'm not this methodical citizen, you know, like, I like to look at the stars. I like to talk about deep stuff. It's just how I am, and being actually has a very big price in this world, and it's worth it, but it's painful because a lot of people actually leave you when you're truthful, and they leave you because they cannot be themselves, and it's painful. It's painful to see that happens even with your closest family. But I'm a mom, and my only role is to prepare my kids and give them my part of being a mother, preparing them for life and to be good human beings that don't hurt other human beings. And I believe that I've tried my best, and well, they're not ready for it, but it's okay. It's okay, and I can only do me and continue. I'll always have love in my heart for them. It's impossible for me not to have that, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but it's painful. And this entire soul journey is not easy, because being truthful in this not so truthful reality is a big price to pay. It is. So yeah, but I was coming in here to just talk about my marriage, and it was going to be a short one. But well, things change, and now I have talked more than I was planning on. But my advice is marry with yourselves. Even if you don't do it in a ceremony, just marry with yourself in your inner beliefs. Like, really channel yourself, and the marriage in itself is just about being you and acting upon it. That is marrying your feminine and your masculine, because you are. But if you don't act upon it, people will hurt you. So you need to act upon who you truly are, and don't be scared about it, because the people that truly care for you, they are going to stick around, and the ones that did not really care for you, they will leave. So and prepare for the worst and prepare for the best. Just be. The soul journey is not about the human journey. You need to understand that it's not about your human needs at all. You have to look at it from a broader perspective if you want to do this. It's because a lot is going to shatter, and it's programmings, and it's not just you. So when you are doing it, you're doing it for a lot of people, and you're helping a lot of people to be themselves through you being you. So it's worth it, because when you do it and you help others do it, slowly but surely we come towards it. It's just that we that are actually aware of these things, well, we're just doing it, and doesn't matter if we're first out or not, or whatever. Just be grateful that you know it, because I don't know. I mean, there are people that are okay with not knowing it. I mean, I tell people in my surroundings about things because I want to give them an option. And most of the time, my closest surrounding does not listen to me. That is not my audience. But yeah, just be you, whatever that means. You know, there's a spot for you, and the universe is very helpful when you choose to be you, truly you, not a you that you want to be, like, from not being you, you know? I mean, because even, I mean, things that you are drawn to are actually you as well, so it's difficult to say it like that, but it's not the right word, but just be genuine, you know? Just follow it and see where it takes you, and be prepared for a very, very interesting journey with a lot of magic if you choose it. You know, everything is a choice, and it is said that anything you can imagine can happen, and in a way I'm experiencing that. The only thing that is taking time is the material thing. It takes time. It takes time to materialize, because this world matrix, which is narcissistic, which is about just having one reality for everyone, is making it difficult. It's making, because it has dominion of the material aspect of this reality, and then it takes time. But it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's just happening somewhere else, even if it's in the same place. It's like this reality has layers and layers and layers, and when you look with your heart, you see things. Anything you look at, there you are, because only you look at things like you do, and that is a gift. That's all. But you're never gonna experience it if you don't allow everyone to be. You're gonna experience the true soul journey when you open up your heart and allow everyone to be equal as you, because you are everyone. So you're just opening up to yourself, and from there and from everywhere, you're just opening up to another experience, and a deeper experience, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, well, it's really, really late, so I'm gonna stop here. But thank you for listening. I hope you got something out of this. It helped you in some way. I plan on doing, looking into my experiences more like in a more systematic way, but I'm still working on my self-esteem, with my intelligence and stuff like that. It's difficult for me to unlock my sense of worth with my intelligence. So this is why I do it like this. I just go in and talk and share, and we'll see what happens with it. You know, I don't have any, I mean, I know what I'm told, but anything can happen, I guess. I just do my part, and I do it. I never rest. I never rest from my inner work. That is fact. Maybe when I look at a movie. But even looking at a movie, I'm looking for symbolism, I'm looking for answers, I'm looking for stuff that I see. So yeah, thank you for listening to me, and sending you lots of love, and thank you for joining me on my 2 years anniversary of being married. I'm very, very happy to actually realize that in time, to do this video and share it with you. Yeah, please marry, you guys, marry yourselves to find your loved ones, your true ones. And it's not true that everyone can be your twin flame. No, it's not. It's just one. And it's a hard work. It's hard work, but yeah, it's an incredible experience. I wish it for everyone. Much love. Bye.